This is Cannoli, and for 13 months I have been self-converting this Ram Promaster into a little cottage on wheels for the two of us. This week, it was finally time to introduce him. After some exploring, lots of treats, and a drive out of New York City where he stayed glued to my lap, we made it to my friend's farm upstate. So we left New York a couple days ago. I didn't want to do super long days of driving, so we just drove a few hours north to my friend's farm. They live in a self-converted school bus on this beautiful farm, and I helped them do some work yesterday, and we've just been hanging out and just getting kind of acclimated to the van. This is my first trip since the van has actually been finished. The last trip I took, I didn't have running water. It makes a huge difference to have running water. I think the first few days were a little stressful for both of us. He was definitely a little confused what was going on, but he seems very chill right now. Are you sleepy, baby? Look at me. So it's about 9 a.m. because I realized that it's best to take him on a walk when the sun isn't too high in the sky, which sounds obvious when I say it, but I took him on a walk when there wasn't a lot of shade, and yeah, his little black head was getting really hot. Noli's already quite the adventure cat. When he was a kitten, I would bring him to different apartments so he could get used to different environments, and I would let him out onto the roof of the apartment that I was in Brooklyn, so he got used to a lot of really loud noises. Sir, no, oh, okay. Oops. So Cannoli's origin story is that a friend of mine had a cat door in her apartment in Brooklyn, and this cat from outside would come in and out to get food. And one day my friend just heard a bunch of purring under her bed, and she realized that the cat had brought in, I think, 5 or 6. They were like 2-week-old kittens, and one of those babies was Cannoli. So Cannoli, he definitely has the streets in his blood. Okay, this is our setup. I have his litter box down here. I have the pine pellet, so it's like slightly less messy. There's food and water here, cooling blanket there. I had originally made this little cubby as like a place for him to sleep, but he used it only once, so now I'm using that for laundry. And he actually prefers this little cubby down here, which I had made for shoes, but Cannoli gets whatever he wants. So I put a little pad down there, and I'm gonna just make another little holder for my shoes. I have 2 max air fans. I set one to exhaust and then one to blow air in, and then I also have this little window that actually lets in a lot of air when you have the max air fan set to extract. And so a lot of times Cannoli will sleep like right here. I have this here so I always know what the temperature is. Yeah, that's our setup. Perfect. I'm gonna paint this to match later on, but yeah, works perfect. I got zucchini from my friend's farm. Hi. Cannoli's helping me drive. After the first few days, I bought him this little pet bed because he was like slipping whenever I was driving, so he sits here when I drive. We just made it to New Hampshire. I made a stop in Worcester, Massachusetts, and went to a museum and came across this really great concert, so I hung out there for a little bit. I have a goal of going to all 50 states. I'm at 20 right now, so I need Maine and New Hampshire to finish the Northeast, so that's what we're gonna get done on this trip. This is how I know Cannoli is comfortable, when he just sleeps belly up, paws in the air. Good morning from a Planet Fitness parking lot. The temperature has been pretty mild since we started the trip. It's been like in the 70s or the low 80s, but today and tomorrow it's gonna get to almost 90. So I got us a campground for the night. It's like farther into the mountains, so it'll be a little cooler. The 2 Max air fans and the window, and then the blackout curtains I have that separating the cab from the back, really do keep this back part much cooler. So it's not like a normal car that gets really hot. Like the front part gets hot, but this part is much cooler. And my apartment in New York City didn't have air conditioning, so it was hot there as well. So this way he can be outside. I'm gonna go to Planet Fitness, I'm gonna work out, take a shower, I'm gonna wash my hair, and then we're gonna go to the campground. You're sleeping, he's like in an anthill. You're like sleeping on top of an anthill, babe. Can I just move you just like a little bit? I think I'm still really getting used to how much mental energy it takes to just keep track of everything. Like, do I have enough power? Do I have enough water? Is my pee jug full? Is it too hot? Like, pretty much all I thought about today is cannoli an okay temperature. I need my solar panels to get sun, but then I didn't want it to be in the sun for too long. So yeah, and this is something that I've heard other van lifers talk about, like the burnout from I guess it's gonna rain. The burnout from keeping track of all these systems, but yeah, I'm still getting used to it. I was feeling really overwhelmed, and then Cannoli came and laid next to me. Everything is better with kitty snuggles. No, I love you. Good morning. So I've seen people tie a cord across 2 trees and then attach the leash to the cord so the cat can move more freely. But I don't know. Cannoli he's a little escape artist. He once escaped from my apartment in Brooklyn and he was gone for 3 days. And then I put signs up, I looked everywhere, I was so upset. And 3 days later, he just showed back up. Meow, hey, I'm back. So, yeah, I don't know about this one. I got us a hotel. Yeah, it's almost 90 degrees today, and yesterday it was taking just so much mental energy trying to keep him cool. And at one point I had an ice pack on him. It was too much, so little hotel for my boy. In the morning it's not bad because the van retains the cold from the evening, but by late afternoon it's just so hot in there. So even with the fans, I mean, it's just circulating the air that's outside. So if the air outside is 90 degrees, it's not really that helpful. But Cannoli actually spent the first bit just perched by the window looking outside, so I think he's ready to hit the road again too. But for now, we're gonna snuggle up, put on a movie, and get some rest before we carry on our adventures tomorrow.